Hey there, lads and lasses. Why can't I hear you? Check 1, 2. Kaji and I were running some music earlier, so I might not have my settings switched back. So let me check. Master is out of 1 and 2. That's definitely a thing. All right, well, I guess we're just going to have to go with this for now. Check something quick. Check 1, 2. All right, I'm pretty sure you can hear me even though I can't hear myself. Okay, I think that'll be good enough. Anyways, this here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live and troubleshooting his audio here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m. and that can only mean that it is time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. Welcome on in, Arma. Thanks for helping me troubleshoot that by confirming that, yes, indeed, I can be heard. Let's see. Let's go to profile here. Let's set up our stream manager. There we go. Much better. Okay, today in Buffooncraft. Today's going to be a tough day. Let's just get that out of the way right now. That admission right now. We have some block counting to do, and we have a less cooperative brain with which to attempt that today. But it must be done. We need to finish this build. So, without further ado, hello, Z. Let's switch over to the display scene right there. There we go. How's your winter going down there, Armor? How are you getting on down there in your winter time? Okay. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying gradients, and I worked out a gradient pattern, and now I'm going to try to establish that gradient pattern. You can see that was a fail, so I'm starting to rebuild it from the bottom up. The particular kind of sodium extra I'm running right now is showing the edges of the black concrete, and so I'll turn that off later when it's done so we get the void effect there. But for now, it helps with block counting, so I'm going to leave it on for the moment. But that will not look like that when it's completed. The good thing prior to this is when I got up to here and I looked down, without that edge feature on the concrete blocks, we were getting the void effect very, very nicely. Without the glass or any of that. And you know what? That's good enough for me. There we go. Taking off the mini HUD overlay. And now we're going to try to make a gradient all the way up there. Look at this guy with his copper armor. Look at this. I'm afraid you're going to need a little bit more than copper armor, my friend. And friend is in quotes. Yeah, I don't have any room in my inventory for that. If you intend to square off against a buffoon, do I have any of this on me? Apart from freezing, I'm good. But you are not on fire right now. So that's, yeah. That's the way we look at it in SoCal, because we have a similar kind of climate effect here where we're susceptible to wildfires. So winter is nice, we're not on fire. So sounds like your winter's pretty chilly down there. Our winter is nice here, actually. It's really the only time you want to be here. Everything is lush and green, and there's moisture, and it's just wonderful. It only lasts about 3 months out of the year. Oh, nice. See, I'm originally from New England, so that's balmy weather for us. Okay. You know what I miss about those temperatures is being able to wear clothes that are other than, you know, t-shirt, shorts, and sandals. You know, because I have some jackets and coats and stuff that I really like, sweatshirts and hoodies that I really like to wear. It's just too hot to wear them. So in the wintertime, yeah, I get to pull some more items out of the wardrobe. It's nice. I'm not really too much of a fashion dude, but yeah, I have some cool clothing I like to wear and stuff, and I often can't wear them. So, all right, so we have some serious block counting that needs to be done here. And so, lurkers, you're going to like this stream. So I have these bands of block patterns that are going to have to proceed all the way up. So I think what I'll do right now is clear out some of my inventory, and it may seem a bit counterproductive, but I'm going to replace this with stone up here temporarily. It's going to help me with the block counting. So I think I'm going to need to do that. So let's just get that done and clear this out. This failed attempt out. We'll replace it with some stone, and then I won't be distracted by what was formerly here, because that's going to cause some issues. It's better just to do a hard reset. So this part isn't really too much in the way of block counting, so I can chat. I can interact with the chat a little bit, at least here during the opening of the stream. Say hi to everybody. Can I reach up there? No, I can't. Let's do this then. I think I only need one row. Oh, why can't I swim? Oh, because I'm in open air. That's why. Okay, got it. Well, not open air. I'm in closed air. There we go. Okay, that helps. That does not help. There we go. All right, let's do that. Bring this over now. No, I didn't say that. I said this. This is what I intended, and that's what I would like to have happen. Okay, and let me see, we can continue this up a little bit. Moa. Keep an eye on the chat here. There's Eve. Welcome on in, Eve. You can see the auto shout out up there for fellow buffoon. Call me Eve Gaming. How are you doing today, Eve? How are you getting on over there in the Netherlands, in the lands of the Nether? I'm struggling to talk. That's how I'm doing. I have been having speech issues all morning long. No problem. I'm only streaming today, where I have to talk continuously for 2 hours. Not going to be an issue. getting new headphones today. That's gonna be nice. Kachi has been helping me troubleshoot music production issues lately, and he's been incredibly helpful with that. That's my boy. And one of the issues we were having was, trying to get a decent bass guitar sound out of our setup here, where we're going directly into the Zoom L12. From the Zoom L12, we're going into Ableton Live 12 on our Windows 11 PC, and that's been causing some issues. It's been very difficult to get a decent enough bass sound to make me want to produce music. So Kachi and I have been troubleshooting that, and we've been making some very good progress with that. And it was either yesterday or the day before we had a session together, and found out that headphones is a big issue. Yeah, most of the gaming headphones have a bias. They'll boost the bass, or they'll boost the treble sometimes too. The higher frequencies, they'll have a higher frequency boost, which you think would be a good thing, but it's cool for gaming and stuff like that. Very uncool for producing music though, because it masks the sound and artificially changes the sound that you're getting, so you don't really know what you're listening to. And yeah, that's a big issue. So we discovered that issue yesterday, and so we need new headphones. So those will be arriving today at some point. So, we went online, we researched several manufacturers and models of headphones for recording, for music production, and settled upon a pair that we want to try out within the budget constraints. Those should be arriving today. So they should have a pretty flat frequency response. That way they won't artificially distort the sound. And so I can pretty much rely on what I'm hearing. Usually you would play out live through studio monitors, but I am in the house here, so I can't do that most of the time. When the family is in Taiwan though, yeah. But most of the time, so I have to use headphones. And headphones are very, very important. Now let's get caught up in chat. There's Bobacars. Hey, welcome on in, Bo. You should see the auto shout out there for Bobacars. Please go check him out when he's streaming next. The modded Minecraft man himself. I'm all right out of the Minecraft running for the next weekish. Yeah. Yeah, my mic level is a little bit low. The music level is a little high, but again, Kachi and I were doing some music, so I suspect that the levels are a little bit off right now. What do I want to do with that? Yeah, the gain on my mic is a little bit low. That's what I want to do right here. Yeah, things are a little bit different right now with my setup. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. I think that should be better right there. Much better. Thank you, Bo. Thanks for helping me troubleshoot my audio viewers. And there's Dora. Hey, welcome on in. Yeah, I did notice at the beginning of the stream I couldn't hear myself in my monitoring system that well. Welcome on in, Dora. So today we're working on gradients, and to get the initial pattern started, there's quite a bit of tedious block counting that has to be done. So as I said earlier, lurkers, you're going to really like this stream. So I really need to establish this pattern on the way up, but once I have it in, then it's just a matter of copying it all the way around. And then we should get a decent looking gradient here. I haven't really done gradients too much in the past, so this will be a first run of this. Yeah, but my finger is all taped up and I'm on painkillers. That's right, that's right. Mouse only games for me right now. Understood. One of the things I have to do today is get the BC Rich guitar back together. I'm installing a new Graphtec nut on it right now, and I've been dragging my butt on that. So I really need to get that done today because Kachi's really needs to play some guitar so he can finish writing his songs. There's that. And he's playing so much bass lately that he's wiped out his index finger on his right hand. Because playing bass is hard, people. It's physically pretty brutal to do. So yeah, he's been requesting me. Please, Bar, can you get the guitar back online? I've played so much bass, I've wiped out my finger. Which is a good thing in some ways, but... So Eve, yeah, your injury made me think of that. Okay, I'm almost done with my hard reset here. You know, Dora is actually pretty slick with the gradients. A lot better than me. I wish it was a cool reason like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Several years ago, I tore the tendons on this knuckle of my pinky. So I just ripped the tendons right out on that. So I couldn't like curl that finger. It was just like stuck flat in there. And so I had to get, you know, a splint put on there so they'll heal back. But yeah, not for a cool reason. People are saying, wow, how'd you rip the tendons in your hand there, Thunder? And I wish I had a cool reason. I didn't. My cat had gotten up into the cabinets where my wife stores her files and stuff like that. And I just jammed my hand up in there and I was trying to flush the cat out and I smashed my hand like into, I don't know, part of the cabinet or something. And when I did, I hyper contracted that pinky, and right on that knuckle right there, I ripped the tendon out. It was like, yeah, I wish it were for some really cool reason. Like I smashed it in Kung Fu or something like that. But no, I was trying to flush the cat out of the cabinet. It was for a very stupid reason. If it isn't the one and only Jepotastic. Yeah, it didn't really hurt that much. It was just annoying. Certainly couldn't play bass or do much of anything like that for a while. Welcome on in, Jepo. You should all see the auto shout out there for the one and only Jepotastic. Jepo was fun sitting in on the cooking streams the other day. What did I miss? Is there an injury? Yeah, Eve. Eve has messed up one of her fingers. No, yeah. So, no Minecraft for Eve for a little while. Jeppo, I have been enjoying the cooking streams. Jeppo made some minced pork the other day, and I believe some fried rice too, right? Yeah, Taiwanese dish. Me too. I'm great for doing things I have to do, but also having time to stream. You have another hand, Eve. I'm sure there's a joke about Taiwanese dish and Mrs. Thunderhand, but I'm going to forgo that. What are you working on today? Okay, so I'm working on the pit today, and I'm trying to create a gradient for it so I can get from this cracked stone brick down to this black concrete. Like I say, I have a sodium extra on right now that is giving me an edge feature on the black concrete. I'll shut that off after I'm done with this, but it gives a pretty cool depth effect, the black concrete does. And originally I thought I was going to have to do the glass effect on this, where you do the glass, the airspace, the glass, the airspace, but I don't know, I think the water and stuff gives it a good enough fading into oblivion kind of effect. So I think I'm just going to stick with this, and I'll just gradient the sides. The challenge is to establish the pattern right here vertically, the gradient pattern, and then it's just a matter of copying the pattern all the way around. So this is the tedious block counting part, but after this is established in this section here vertically, then it's pretty mindless after that. So yeah, Dora's with me. Indeed, she is. Still, too, after all these years. Really? Well, creepy, nice try, but, you know, we are underwater right now. Back you. Okay. Yeah, that kind of friend. If you're talking about the creeper, yeah. Yeah, I prefer to put friend in quotes when we speak of creepers. There we go. So I'm just erasing my former attempt here, so I won't be distracted by the blocks. This is my first genuine attempt at gradients. I haven't tried them before, so yeah, this should be enough. Once I get that into place, I should be good. Then I could start on the next layer. So I just went into ChatGPT and said, hey, you know what? Actually, I used Gemini for this one. And I said, let's work out, you know, a pattern for a gradient. Here's my initial blocks at the top. Those are my final blocks at the bottom. Let's work out a pattern. And so we went back and forth, a little bit of math and stuff, and came out with a decent looking pattern that I felt satisfied enough with to give it a try. And so that's what I'm doing now. So I am following a schematic right now. But first, I'm just erasing what I had before. So I don't get distracted because I'll be using the same blocks, just in a different order and stuff, and a different pattern. So if I have the former pattern up here, but it's going to be very distracting to count. So I really need to get rid of that first. Yay, we're both trying new things. I'm always for trying new things. I think it's easier for me to do that because I'm not good enough at things that are supposedly in my current skill set. So it doesn't like really matter if I do something new. The outcome is pretty much the same, so I hate to drop her and then run away, but all the things are calling. Jeppo, thank you so much for stopping on in today. Look at this guy. Always appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the next cooking stream. Hopefully I can interact a little bit more than I did in the last one. You friend with a bow. Again, in quotes, in quotes. All right, so we have the next level we need to put on this, which means I'm going to have to remember to look over here for the chat now, because my schematic's going to cover up. There we go. All right, so this one needs to be, all right, so we merged from black concrete to the cracked black stone. Now we need to go from cracked black stone up to the cracked deep slate, which is here. So that's that right there. Let me expel the extra arrows. And I know this is going to wind up in the inventory too, so let's get that out of there as well. Yeah, and you can just despawn. That's what you can do. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right here. So let's just establish this here, and then we can go between the two. I think that's will help us with the counting a little bit. And so now we need to grade from this blackstone layer here, this cracked blackstone, to this black, this cracked deep slate. That's what we need to do. We need to do that. Yes, look over here. Okay. So let me see. I think I'll just count these off as 1s and 2s here. So we have 5 1s. And a 2, and then we have 6 1s. And a 2. And then we have 4 1s. And that's good. The count matches up. That's good. I like it. So 1s would be the first block, right? The cracked blackstone bricks. 2s would be the second block, the cracked deep slate bricks. It's just easier to say them like that. All right, so here we have a 3 1s. We have a 2. And then we have, what, 4, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'll just leave these blank and fill them in afterwards. And a 2, 2, 3, 4. And a 2. And then should just be 3, right? All right. Looking consistent. I like that. And then we have a 1, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. A 2, 1, 2. Another 2, 1, 2. And then I should have a 2, 1, like that. Okay, good. Like this. Hopefully this will go quickly so I can just then just start to carry this around the stream, around the cylinder like this. That'll be much better. All right, and then our top row we have a 2, 2, 2, 1, and then 4 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4 2s and a 1. And then 3 2s. Yep, that matches up. Nice. And so when we pull back, this is the kind of grade we're going to get on the way up there. So black concrete. Then there's, you can see there's like a transition zone here. And then from the blackstone transition zone there. Let's make sure I'm doing this right though. Yeah, see, I'm not doing this right. Already I've made a mistake. Because there has to be more blackstone between that. So yeah, so rows 11 through 14 just need to be solid blackstone before I start to merge in. So one of the things I wanted to do was maybe I can just do this, right? Okay, and then 11 like that. And then it says 11 through 14. 11, 12, 13, 14. So this actually all has to be solid blackstone before we start that. So yeah, I blew that. Yeah, I could tell when I pulled back from it. That it was a little too quick. There we go. Okay, this isn't too bad because now I can just go back and fill behind myself here like this. Because the transition's a little too quick there. Okay, now here is where we should get the... Try to recover some of my materials here. Here's where we should start with the deep slate now. So let me see, 15 should be a delta pattern. Yeah, okay, so we're good. So this is where we should start with the next transition. So here, we're going to need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 5 right there. Something like that. I mean, most folks can just do this by eye, but I'm not most folks. And then, like I said, once I have the pattern established, then I don't have to think. I can just blast right around here and just copy it all the way around and I'm good. Then there's no block counting really or anything like that. Not much. All right, now see here along the top is where we can mark the border, because this is where we'll get just the solid deep slate like that. Good, and now we can do this. Now we can repeat what we just did before. Wonderful. Deep slate. Did somebody say deep slate? And Lone Star pops into the stream. Well, come on in, Lone. You should be able to see the auto shout out there for the mighty Lone Star. Undisputed Lord of Deep Slate and Lava himself. No lava. Not yet. Deep Slate, though. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Skip one. Skip one. Like that. We go put that in there and that in there. And then, let me see, we go sun, we skip one like that. San like that. Skip one. San like that. We skip one. And then san like that. Go over here, 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 and here. Right, and then we go skip, skip like that. That. So let me see, we go 1 2 1. 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 like that. Another 2 1 2 and then 2 1 like that. Okay, good. Okay, and then the final one. Probably, let me see, we go here, we go 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, like that, and then, yeah, okay, so we've got, that, and let's pull on back now and take a look. See what this grade looks like. Okay, that's not too bad. I think it'll look better when we pull back like this, and then we have it all the way around. But I'm satisfied enough with this. This is good enough for me. Looking around for the chat. Yeah, it's over here now. Let me see. It's like a second sense. I sense deep slate in lava. Poof! The mighty Lone Star appears. With his very colorful shield. That we recently got back from the baby zombie. God, this server, I swear. Just describing the things that happens on this server is just hilarious. Okay, so now we need to switch out deep slate with tough, I believe. And but before we do that, this was what? Okay, so 19 through 23 should be entirely deep slate, right? So So that's 19. 19. That's 19 right there. So we said what? 19 through 23. So that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 right there. Let's get that on. Looking like that. Let's just go along the top like this. So we don't go too OP with the pickaxe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think you do. Chat, I'll get caught up in just a sec. Let me do the easy thing here first. There we go. Okay, almost there. Fuck. All right, let's pull on back, take a look. All right, so we have this, this, and this. All right. Good enough, good enough. Especially if we have the perspective of looking down on it through the water. I feel like that's good enough. Tough goes well with deep slate. That's the next layer. So we did black concrete to black blackstone, cracked blackstone bricks. Black cracked blackstone bricks right there into cracked deep slate bricks. And then this is going to merge into tough. And then the tough will merge into this cracked stone bricks. That's the plan anyway. All right, let's do a little inventory management here. So we can drop off some of that. I need to hang on to some of that for right now. I need to hang on to a little bit of that for right now. But not quite ready with that yet. That's jumping the gun just a bit. All right. Let's go recover some materials here. So yeah, I am running a resource pack and some sodium extra mods and stuff that are allowing me to see a little bit better under the water and stuff like that. So the effect isn't like the final effect that the player and the viewer will see, right? Like, for example, you could turn off the overlays there. It'll get rid of the red tint. I'm just doing that to make sure I don't screw up the shape. And how am I doing for time? For time, I'm doing well. I have about 13 minutes before the ad break, so I'm doing well there. All right, let's go put in the next layer. So I'm going to need 5 above this. There we go. there. All right. And then I'm going to need this to be right about up to here, like this. Yeah, I always feel a little bit of a difficulty talking. It's okay, I only have to talk for 2 hours. I always feel a little bit of regret when I have to do this kind of stream because I have to focus very, very hard on this. I mean, I've already made a few mistakes I have to go back and fix. Not cool, but thankfully they were minor ones. They're pretty easy, especially the way I'm going about it. It's pretty easy to fix things. All right, so we should be merging now. Yeah, the cracked deep slate into the tough bricks. See, Lone's already done this stuff, man. He already knows all about this. The other buffoons are like right up with it with the gradients. I'm not, man. This is the first time I've tried, you know, made a decent attempt at a genuine attempt at gradients. This is the first time. It's my first time. It's funny hearing a 62-year-old say that. Let me see. So let's do this. Our sons. Ooh, we skip. Our sons. Leo, we skip. And then our sons like this, and we'll go in back and fill that and that. There we go, and then or son. Squiddy, I swear. Skip. Sons. Skip. Sons. Skip. And then son, like that. Okay, nice. All right, here's where things start to get a little bit difficult. Skip. Skip. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, like that. That should do it. And then this last one, sun, like that. Sun, like that. Sun, like that. Sun, good. Great. Let me see. I missed something out here. Okay, yeah, it's the way I have my pattern documented here. It's a little strange, but 28 and 32, right? So there we go. Okay, that seems like it's a little bit off for some reason. Why? I think I started this row a little bit too far down. Yeah, I did. All of that would have to be moved up by 1 block. That's very strange. All right, I think I know what I'm going to do here. Because I can't be like laying down blocks and then, you know, I have to shift everything up by 1 block and stuff like that. That's too hard to do. So instead, let's just do this. I'm just going to temporarily put a column of blocks here that are very easy to count. Then we'll establish the solid pattern blocks layers right here from the get-go, and we'll use this as a registration. I think it'll be a little bit easier to do. And if that's not clear, because I'm not describing myself clearly here, or describing what I'm doing here clearly enough, I think once I lay it out, you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, cool. All right, that'll help me count things. And how am I doing for time here? I've got 5 minutes before the ad break, so I just need to establish this before the ad break. Let's make sure I have all of the materials I'm going to need. Let's get rid of the junk. Okay, there we go. Black concrete powder. That should be enough for that. Got some of the cracked. I think I have enough of everything else except. Where did that go? Here. I need some of that. That can go in the junk chest down here, and we're good. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And I probably should have done this from the start, but, you know, typical Thunderhand. I have to mess it up like 4 or 5 or more times before I finally get it right. Let's see. 1 through 6. That should be solid concrete. Come on, come on. Faster. My brain's going to quit if I don't do it fast enough. 6. Okay. No. Please. Please. If you could just do the thing, that would be great. All right. Now, the next band of solid blocks will be cracked polish. Right? And this will be what? And let me see. I can update my pattern here too. Something like this, so I've got a little editing to do here of my document, which is on a different display. I know you guys can't see that, so one. All right, so let me do this fast. that. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. All right. Just give me a moment here while I mess with this. Okay, got it. I think I see what's going on here now. I'm editing my schematic document right now. It's just a text document. But I'm just making things a little bit easier to see and to count on it. So maybe I'll do something like that. Maybe I'll do something like that. Pure streaming bliss, I'm sure. But just bear with me while I get this into place here. And then when I sketch it out on the build itself, you'll see what I'm doing. Bring that down. Bring this one down. Almost done. Almost finished. Food is done. People are finished. That's my drafting teacher from high school telling me that. I miss that guy. He was super, super cool. Right. This. Okay, I think this is going to be a little bit easier for me to read now. A little strange here, though. I don't think that that's going to be necessary right in there. Okay. All right, I think this will do it. Nice. Just carry on as you are. It'll still look good. Yeah, like I said, all I have to do really is just establish the pattern in this area, Dora, and then once I get that done, it'll be fine. I won't have to like count blocks or anything. I can just carry the same pattern all the way around and it's good. And I think like you're suggesting, you know, if a block is off here or there, it's going to be fine. No one's going to see that or anything. I hear you. There we go. But I do want to get the pattern established in there at least once. So let me do this. Then I have what? 11 through 14 is the solid black stone, right? Yeah, once I get it established, then I don't have to think about it. So 11, 12, 13, 14 like this. Then we have the cracked deep slate next is 19 through 23. So 14, right? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, so why is this only 4 and that one's 5? Yeah, but that's what it says. I think they're going for like the perspective because they want, we did work it out so we had like a forced perspective on the way down, so it compresses a little bit more at the bottom, so it's not really the same all the way up. Then it's what? 28 through 32 should be tough. So this should end at 23. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, like this. Like that. Yeah, we're good actually. Okay, we're good. And then we have the last one here. And then 37 through 45 should be all the cracked stone, which is right up there. So let me see, the tough ends at 32. I'm looking for 37, so 32. 37 right here. And this should be cracked stone all the way up. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and then we have the very top layer here, but I'm still going to go with that 46. So there, now I have a reference and I don't have to worry about counting blocks and stuff like that. That's much better. So that means, like, see, now I don't have to think about this. I can just go right across here and fill this in with tough. Yeah, so I had it right. Good. Great. Now I can just do this. And then I think it'll be time for us to take our break. It's probably already, yeah, it is. It's time, it's past break time, but that's all right. I'm just going to finish up this bit. We'll break, we'll take 3-minute ad break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll work on this part of the pattern, and we should be done. Like that. Yeah, I know it's the same pattern all the way down like that, but it'll be all right, I think. When we start carrying it all the way around the cylinder, that will look a lot more random. And like I've been suggesting, once we go put the eyes in, yeah, you won't be able to get close enough to really see details that much. Remember, I have a mod on, a resource pack on right now, so it's not actually going to look like this. Like, you won't be able to see down through the water. Like, notice how the water doesn't have any kind of fog occlusion on it or anything like that at all. It's just completely clear with a blue tint. Yeah, you won't be able to see that. So if you're above the surface, like, let's just perch on his cranium up here for a minute. If you look down, you'll get that kind of effect, right? And it'll be even more so because there'll be some. Thought I heard a creeper somewhere. Yeah, right over there. But actually, I should be on Gastonio for that. But you can see, like, right there. You can see the effect it's going to have. It'll be fine. It'll be fine like that. I'm satisfied enough with that. Okay, let us Let us take a 3-minute ad break, and then after which we will be right back.
There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, and too rare to die.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to log off the server. And I'm all the way back at spawn. Thunder! But what? Oh, I did sleep, but I tore up my bed. That's... You know what? I think I might still have some of the OP powers enabled. So I was helping Flying Villager with some of the event stuff the other day, and I don't think he's fully changed my status back. I think I might still have, excuse me, some powers enabled that I probably shouldn't have. I think I have like a perpetual night vision. That's what... Thunder, please. Yeah, I don't have time. There we go. There he goes, one of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind. Never intended for mass production. Too weird to live, too rare to die. Let's see. Man seems to run off of some form of electricity. By the way, I'm so far behind on my video redeems right now. I owe you one for the month of June and one for this month, July. All right, F3B, so we can see our items. Hopefully they haven't despawned. There they are, I can see them in the water. Now hopefully we don't get killed by a drowned or something. And I find the best way to scoop things up in the water like this. Oh, look at this guy, ready to cause some problems here. You better not have a trident. No trident dudes right now, please. All right, the best way to scoop things up is with our buddy Nemo here. Let's get the expensive bits first. Like that, and... Oh, can I not put these on right now? Come on, come on. Give me a sec just to put my armor on, would you? There, that's what I'm talking about. Now we can go collect these other things. We have inventory space, tools, food, all that kind of stuff. The materials I don't really care too much about. I can replace those easily enough. And we're good. Well, I haven't done something quite that stupid in a while. There we go. All right, we'll reset the playlist. Let's do that. Thanks, pal. Well done. 3B, that turns off right there. And I think we're good. Let's reset the playlist. And we're good to go. By the way, I forgot to say this at the beginning of the stream. Sláinte, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Friday. I think we need to switch out tools anyway right now, so let's do that. Because that pickaxe is getting quite worn. There we go. And let's rearrange our inventory. There we bow, that's good. Arrows, there we go. This needs to go over here. Food goes over there. This goes over here, and this goes over here. That should go like that. I think for right now I'll do that. And that goes there, and I think we're good. Yeah. Let's carry on, shall we? All right, so let me pull out the schematic over here on our other display, which you can't see, but I don't know. Let's take a look here. There we go. So, like, I did a little bit of math in ChatGPT, and together we generated this schematic that's helping me just establish the pattern. And then, like I've been saying all along here, once I get the pattern into place, then I can just repeat it around the cylinder, and I'm good. I don't have to think. Let's see. We have concrete to the black stone. We have black stone to deep slate to tough. And now we have to go tough. We have to go tough to the cracked bricks. But you know what we can do, though? That should be very easy. Is we can fill in that whole area with the cracked stone bricks. We can do that. And then it's just a matter of filling in the transition, and then we're done. We're good to go. Let's offload some of this stuff. I'm going to hang on to the tough bricks. We're going to need those in just a moment. Concrete powder. Where's that going to be? Yeah, I guess we can put that over here for right now. The smooth can go there. We're finished with that for the moment. There's pretty much just junk there. Deep slate. I have the deep slate over here. There we go. So we're gonna need a little bit of, well, I don't think we'll really need the stone. I like to keep one stack on just in case I need some filler. But we're going to need tough bricks, and we're going to need the cracked stone bricks. We're going to need a lot of those, actually. Cracked stone bricks. I should have a lot of those around somewhere. Somewhere in these chests. Those are regular stone bricks. We might have to make a quick swim over to headquarters to go grab some of those, actually. Yeah, because we're going to need a little bit, just a little bit more than that. But I should have some cooking in the furnace, so let's go check that out. I'll take advantage of a little dolphin's grace here. Zoom, smash. Maybe we'll do a little sleeping while we're at it. Not maybe, we'll definitely. And dispense of this rain. Dispel the rain. I hope you're having a great yesterday. From the future. Yeah, I always feel the same way when I'm in Taiwan. Let's put... welcome on in, Sophie. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I should have some more cracked stone bricks, though. Where am I keeping these? Uh-oh, we're maxing here. Hold on. Let's see. Let us see. Not there, not there, not there or there. That's deep slate there, I think. Yeah, that is. And that's the blackstone, I think. I think we're done with that. Yeah, you can see I have my redstone tweaks resource pack enabled. Let's take a look at stone, see if I have any more cracked stone brick. Oh my God, I certainly do. That should be plenty. We're going to need a little bit more of these because you can see we have more layers of that, but that's fine. I think we're all set for that. Let's offload some of that. Let's get back to work, shall we? Because we're into the home stretch here now. Okay, this is good. This is reset. And notice how we're not seeing through everything now? Because that death reset us. And there you go. Now you're getting some of the fog effects that I was talking about earlier, and we don't have the cracked stone bricks. I mean, we don't have the edge detail on the... we do a little bit. We do a little bit. But not much. And so you can see how the gradient's going to look there. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Going to be cool, people. Going to be cool. All right, so we need to fill in this part here with the cracked stone bricks, and then we need a very small transition area right there. We should be good. By the way, you are looking old man. By the way, great job that you will be gaming at this age. By the way, how old are you? Why, thank you. I, my dear, am 62 years old. I'm a very old man. I started playing Minecraft with my sons when they were wee lads. Back in 2013. And I've been playing ever since. I'm on the SMP here. This is Buffooncraft SMP. With my fellow buffoons, many of whom, well, several of whom are in the stream right now, as a matter of fact. I am the eldest buffoon. Man of 1,000 deaths. That's me. How about yourself? Do you play Minecraft? Very impressive. Well, I'm not sure that's impressive, but I'll take it. Let's see what we have here. So I'm a retired math teacher, and this is one of the things I do in my retirement. I like to just fool around on my stream here. Do a little bit of mathy Minecraft. Try not to hurt the brains of my viewers too much. So I think we'll just do this. I've been a member of this SMP for, how long has it been, buffoons? 5 years? My stream is, I'm about to wrap it up in 30 minutes. About 31 minutes. I usually only do a 2-hour stream because I'm old. This stream I do every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I'm on the west coast of the United States. My family and I. And how about yourself? Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. I think I removed all of this earlier and now I'm just putting it all back. All right, we're getting a good gradient here. That's good. Oh, months and years. Like I said, so I started streaming back in 2000. Oh, yeah, I started playing Minecraft back in 2013. I started streaming in 2020. So this is my 6th year of streaming. Probably doesn't seem like it. Probably seems more like my 6th month of streaming. I stream 3 times a week. I do 3 2-hour streams a week. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we need to do a little bit of block counting here to fill in that space. And then we pretty much, then we should have our, it doesn't seem like that long ago. Yeah, I know, Arma, I know. You've been streaming for 16 years. Really? Am I reading that correctly? Oh, I said 6 years. 6 years. Started in 2020. It is now 2026. But, you know, I don't like stream to be like a super popular and successful streamer. I'm certainly not streaming, you know, to earn income or anything like that. So I don't really try very hard for streaming. I made a big push at the very beginning to get my affiliate so I could do things like subs and stuff like that. But that's it. Once I achieved the affiliate status, I pretty much leveled out after that because I don't really need to do this. I just stream for my family and my friends, really, just to share the gameplay with them. All right, we've got a little bit of block counting to do between the tuft bricks and the cracked stone bricks. So let me see. We need... let's just clear this out and then we'll just fill. I think that's the easiest way to go about this, as we have done in the previous layers. I'll occasionally do some streams or at least some recordings with some videos outside my own Forever World and this SMP. I'll collaborate with other content creators occasionally, but not too much though. Not nowadays. "6 years is also a big period. In this period, a child learns to eat food by the..." Yes, yes. I was streaming a lot with my younger son at the beginning. He was only 8. 8, almost 9 years old when we first started streaming together, and now he just turned 15 the other day. So, let's see. We need to go. San Su. We skip one. San Su. Liu. We skip one. And then San Su, like that. I'll put this here and this here. And then next row. I've got a little bit of block counting, so I'll catch up with the chat in just a moment. San, we skip. San Su, we skip. San Su, we skip. And then San, like that. Back and fill. And let me just fill in these 2 rows here. And this is where things get a little complicated. I have to focus here. Skip. Skip right there. Skip right there. Here. Right here. There we go. Like this. And then this last one, it's easier to do in reverse, I feel. So I'll just go like that. 2, 3, 4, like that. 4, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, like that. I'll put this here, and this there. And then I think we're good for our gradient pattern right there. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. And that's my gradient. I think I'm just going to keep that. That establishes our pattern, and then we can just take this all the way around. What I think I'll do next is you can see each of the cardinal features here where we have this pattern. Like the next one would be over here. Right in this area. Okay, and then the next one would be right over here. And why am I swimming so slow? Please. Right over here. I don't know. I might start something like that. But I don't think these will line up exactly depending on the count of the blocks all the way around this radius. I don't think it'll do that. So I think I should just continue these all the way around. The easy thing to do next would be to continue these bands of solid blocks all the way around. That would be, I think, the easiest thing to do. So I think we should do that next. That'll also help prevent us from making errors. Not 100%, but it'll reduce the amount of errors. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, sure. Sure, I've finished the concentration part. All right, so let's head around here like this. I think what we'll do is just continue. Let me see. I already have the black. You can see I have the black stone in place. I mean the black concrete in place. So let's put our band of black stone in right now. So I think I could just put these in twos like that. We're going to need the mini HUD on right now. that. I don't know. I think I should just carry this all the way around. This is probably not the best way to do this, but... I'm thinking then I can go back and I can stand on this ledge to take out the other 3 layers above it. Or in this case, if I'm doing just the blackstone, I think it's only 2 layers. This is the only 4-band layer, I think. See, now, Sophie, you went and you made me sad there. Because you should be able to read in the tags that I don't have any soliciting. I don't allow any soliciting on my stream. Yeah, so I do not need emotes and badges, please. You're allowed to stick around, that's fine, but no soliciting, please. I support people making money with their art. I think that's a good thing, but I find that most of the solicitations are not really that cool, and I don't really have them on my stream, so. Let's do that. Yeah, let's continue this all the way around. All right. I'm gonna put this right in here. We just need to carry this all the way around. And let me think. Just wondering if there's a faster way to do this. There probably is, but this is where I have to, be a little patient, get it right the first time. Maybe if I just carried the blackstone in my offhand. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe that would be okay, because then I wouldn't have to switch quite so often, and I can do it section by section. Maybe that would be the better way to do it. Arma? Slancha? Yeah, let's carry this around, and then I'll pick up some blackstone and keep that in my offhand. I like that gradient pattern though. I think that's going to work just fine. Now it's just a matter of wrapping it around the cylinder here in the most brainless way possible. And, before over there I was backfilling some of this stuff in. I probably won't do that here. Viewers are thinking to themselves, thank God. But I really do need to get this build finished up here, because there's more building that needs to be done. There are other things around the server that need to be done too. And so I usually don't have to do a lot of that kind of stuff, but occasionally, you know, I'm asked to help out with this, that, and I help out where I can, so I really need to get this done. Alright, so we have to do that. And how am I doing for time? I have 15 minutes left of the stream. We're getting there. We're almost there. And I think for right now, I'm going to leave these smooth stone features in place. How am I doing? Let's also do a little inventory management. We'll go up 3 more blocks. Is it 2 more blocks? And then we'll start installing the blackstone. Yeah, I don't need that there, and I don't need that there. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. And I think we decided we're going to put the... All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that goes over into that shulker. And then these can go into this one. There's the black concrete. Okay, good. Oh, we might have to make a run to go get some of this, but we have seen that we have plenty of that. Let's go get that in the inventory so we can start placing those in and around. Then it's going to be a matter of skimming off these next 2 blocks all the way around. Here we can go a little bit quicker, but it's still some pretty fine work to have to do, so I can't just blast here because we're just going to destroy more than we will be creating. That's what I'm trying to say. So right now I'm trying to see if I can get this blackstone layer in before the end of the stream. I think I can. All right, here we go. Get some zomboids who are being converted over into drowns behind these walls. I can hear them doing their thing. Yeah, you guys just stay right there. The man has work to do. You don't get time for that. Go, 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 Thunder! 10 more minutes left. I didn't bring enough cracked blackstone bricks with me. So I think when I make a run back, I'm going to lose a little time when I have to do that. Good. So I might not finish this by the end of the stream. Because right now I'm only halfway around. I mean, for this part, I could do something like this, get out of the water. Well, no, I'm still in the water. But if I'm standing, see, I can mine a lot faster. But if I mine a lot faster, I'm going to destroy too much and just going to have to rebuild it. And so for these large flat areas like this, that's not too much of a problem. But when I start to get into these corner details here, I've got to slow down. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. I'm trying to work here. Fuck. Okay, yeah, see, when I get to these parts here, I can just trim like this. It's a little bit quicker. There, like that. And I don't have to be so precise because I'm taking out bigger sections, right? So, but here I need a little bit of precision when I start to get into these kind of features. Almost there. 7 more minutes left of the stream. I think these spots where I don't have any backfill, they might be a little bit harder to fill in with the cracked blackstone bricks. I think because I have to be a little more conscious of the placement. And if we go over the stream a few minutes, we're fine. Okay, so I think we're good here. It's just a matter of how should I go about doing this? Like, I mean, is this going to be fast enough filling wise? I think so, right? It's only 4 layers, so maybe I should just swim in place. Swim in place, swim and place. This is probably going to be quick enough, right? And then I'll have to resupply, but Okay, yeah, this one will probably be best done like this. I know that's probably hard for you viewers to see right now, but pull on out of here like this. But if I could just get those into place like that, then I think I can do it. How am I doing for time? 4 more minutes, but I'm gonna have to make a materials run, resources run in just a moment, because I'm gonna run out soon. Yeah, I'm out. You can see where I was getting my block palette here. Let's do this. Quick reset for sleeping. Again, if I go over a few minutes, that's not a big deal. Any trash in here? Yeah. Let's do that. That. Clear out the inventory. We'll go up to here. We'll get rid of that. Hands, please. That's the deep slate. That's okay. Stonebrick, good. Not sure we're going to need quite this much, but let's put one stack back. Ugh. Hands, please. Just trying to grab some food. But you can see as we're flying above, see our gradient effect right there. I think that's going to look cool when we're done. Let's get right on it. Yeah, I'm not going to finish it by the end of the stream. I have 1 minute left. That's okay. We'll just go over the stream a few minutes. We'll be fine. I'm just going to continue this band around and then we'll stop. Because I think I was going along at a pretty good rate there. I mean, that was a minute just to do a quarter of the circle, so I'm looking at what? Well, 3 minutes left if I keep steady right on it. I will have to pose for a thumbnail. I think I know what I'm going to do. And I don't know, I might forego the raid out today. We'll see who's streaming. I don't think the viewers have ever seen a Thunderhand place blocks so fast. Yeah, you haven't wandered into the wrong stream, viewers. Resupply! But we have the whole shulker, the entire shulker with us. You can see how much we used in just that. Just that part of the band, right? Now you can see why I have smelted so very much of this. Okay, 2 minutes over. Got it. Out of the way! The man is building. Good. Coming into the home stretch. Almost. Starting to get a little sloppy with my block placement and a little bit more impatient with the mobs. Squiddy. Better stay out of the way, Squiddy. If you know what's good for you. Okay, we've got that little bit to do right there. Then we can pose for our thumbnail, and then we're done. And I already know what my pinned comment is going to be for the YouTube vlog. Ugh. Starting to get sloppy. I'm continuing to be sloppy. Sloppiness has started quite a while ago. Right there. You know, that deep slate where it's that pattern on the top and bottom but not on the sides, that would be so cool if we had that block with that pattern on the sides as well. Said no one but me. I like the pattern, but the fact that it's only on the top and the bottom, it's a shame. What a waste. What a waste of a fine looking texture. here we are. Here we are. Should that be my redeem for July? I think it should. All right. There we go. Now, what I'll follow up with is to put in the band for the deep slate, cracked deep slate. Then I'll put in the band for the tough next, and you can see where I already have the. I'll probably remove the because I'll have to do it anyway. The cracked from these bands down here, and the rest of the crack just goes up to the top there. But that's how I'll proceed with this. This will definitely be finished by the next next Friday for next Friday's stream. Let's pose for our screenshot. What I think I want to do for the screenshot is just something simple. Should I, let me say to my left. Maybe something like that. All right, I think that'll be good enough. All right, now let's make certain we log out this time so we don't die. I mean, we could be here because we're within range of the. Let me see, where would that be on my screen? Well, my hand disappears there, but we're within range of the conduit up there. You can see in the very far upper right. Okay, let's log off here. Let's switch over to the cam scene. Where did my mouse cursor go? There it is. Let's do that. And let's ban the heck out of this guy here. Bye-bye. All right. A few things to check here. You know what? I think I am going to forego the raid because there are things I want to do today. For Kachi, I want to finish putting his guitar back together. We have the headphones that we have to swap out and do some music production testing with those and all kinds of other things for our Friday. So I think I'm just going to wrap things up here. Okay, with that said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. It was super, super cool having you. And especially, I'm especially grateful for you hanging in during that grindy block counting. And severely reduced interaction with chat. Just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Our next stream will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and that will be Kachi time. And I don't know what Kachi has planned, but we shall see. You're most certainly welcome, Arma. Thanks for hanging in there with me. The stream after that will be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Generations, and I think we will be in the Survival 5 world. Yeah, I believe we shall. So, everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. Join us again next time, and bye for now, everyone.